Greetings out there in YouTube land from the planet Earth. Man, I'll just reliving a moment to myself here. I used to work on cars and all the time, right? I mean, I had a wrench freeze in my hand. It was frozen. Changing the clutch went on the car I had. I liked the competition models because I had a 360 and a Duster with positive traction, first five-star shifter. Oh man, that baby had had some Threshmusters on it, Douglas RT50s on it at the time. Oh, that baby purred. My first one. My dad worked at Chrysler's, and sometimes the guys would do special orders and all that, but they change their mind after or whatever, cancel the order, right? And either way, it worked out that my dad grabbed it up and just tossed me the keys, right? Now think on that. My first Standard. I don't know if any of you have ever driven a Standard. Some of you might have, some of you not. But I tell you, when you're young and the only thing you've ever driven is an automatic, right? Your first Standard, you know the principle, right? Until you do it your first time, you don't want to roll back, right? And for some of you, the way this luck goes these days, it'll be a cop right there behind you. What a great person to bump into, right? I'm new at this. You had to go, okay. But a lot of people don't know on an incline, you have to use both feet. And they used to only using one. But you get used to it. And no matter what, man, you just want to do it again because the control you have and the sheer control of the vehicle. Some of you will never understand it unless you've been the drivers. Oh, man. I had friends that did a bit of driving. My nephew, his wife, her family was big into the racings and all that, man. When her father died, everybody in the family knew they wanted his ashes put on the track, and they all peel out on him, right? Because they're that much into it. This little girl, okay, and I tell you, you look at her, you go, little girl, well, what she can do, man? You look at this little car, right? And you go, okay, what's that gonna do? You know, it had a longer engine area, but usually there's a little sewing machine in there, right? And then she turns around. She worked on his car herself, by the way, brothers and sisters. Right? All of a sudden, that engine went, and you're going, whoa, baby! You could see flame. You expected to see flames shoot out the exhaust when you heard that engine roar. And she turned it on, right? That was a little toy she worked with, right? And so don't anybody tell you a woman can't be a mechanic, okay? Her whole family was into it. This chick could, oh man, she could wipe you off the floor, man, kick your ass without even trying in a garage. Don't even think about it. Some women don't know their way around a car, I admit it. But whoa, don't knock it because man, God bless this woman. She turned around, helping my nephew. I tell you, he's a musician. Well, he's a music professor. He was into music. I encouraged him in his music a bit. So he's got a little band thing going, but he teaches music. So name your instrument type thing, right? But you know how it goes. Life these days, they lose track of Uncle Mike. You know how it goes, right? These skills, you develop them. We changed engines and everything. We swapped them out in cars. See, okay, you understand the mounts got to change, and some of them not all fit, but you got to be prepared. So we had a chain fall in a tree, and we rented one. So a whole bunch of us got together for a party, and just pushing the cars in and out, man. If it wouldn't fit, cut them off, man. Weld them back on, redo it. That was it. We're there for a good time. Like one time we did 10 cars in that one day. It was a blast. We went there ones that we could work with. We knew that it wouldn't be that difficult. And it's changing a few engine mounts is no big deal. Come on, Come on, you guys, when you're doing this, what's changing a few engine mounts? You see, you know what I mean? There was a party, and there were 10 of us having a good old time, laughing and telling the stories. Oh, man, you wouldn't believe I was over there. No, man. And I looked, the tire was flat. No, man. You get a flat tire, and then you remember that you forgot to go and take care of the flat tire that's in your trunk, right? And the little stories we laugh about it, and time passed so by. And these are the skills you're going to need, brothers and sisters. Trust me, big time, with things that are coming, okay? Now you go here. I got all kinds of stuff here, from like this $50 do-it-yourself sawmill, right, to making your own incense, you name it. The thing is, it's got canning stuff in there. I try to get as much stuff as I can in there, and I got more in the primitive survival skill stuff. But how to do some stuff, how to make your own cheap parabolic mirror. You can buy them for I think around $300 in the States, right? They got a little holder in it. They're portable, and I think they weigh about 20 pounds, right? But you put it there, you just kind of aim by the sun, and you put it there, and it'll cook it like in half the time. We got to watch that out on that, right? They use the bigger ones in India. They just point at the pot. It's like, think of your death beam, from up in space in the sci-fi movie or whatever. Oh yeah, you don't want to be in the angle. You got to be careful with that. They got other ways of doing it, even with a piece of simple cellophane and a little bit of water to get the same effect. You got to watch out. You can control it that way. How to make your own with that used dish and all that. Natural weight loss with dandelions. It's interesting because if you find them in a shadier area, you can the bigger leaves you can get away with it being less bitter. Dandelions were brought over as a food crop, brothers and sisters. Yes, they were a no fuss food crop. Just let them fly, and you get around taking care of cutting the trees to build your homestead or whatever, and you got a guaranteed crop because you came from somewhere else. You don't know it's edible or not, but you know what you brought is cool, right? And the woman would take the soft other part to use as like a down, but the seeds, the ones they grew, they would grind and make a bread in that. No joke, they did that. They worked hard in those days, right? But look how easy it grows. No muss, no fuss, right? So they brought him over as a food crop. Dandelion wine, dandelion tonic. You can eat before it's open and after. You can stir fry them the whole 9 yards. From the root, you can make tonics and chicory, like coffees and stuff. Multitude of uses. But some tell you it's a weed and they want to kill it. But they brought it over to America as the first food crop that they brought over that they knew they could trust. Fascinating, right? I learned a little bit too about history, right? So I asked Jesus about a bunch of stuff that's happening. We're going to need some of these primitive skills, okay? Like the banana peels, if you put them in the water and all that, let them do that, and put that on your plants, all these plants are like super growing from just because when they decompose in there, the whatever the minerals that put in there, all these plants is super grow. They're worth a shot in case some of you want. How to build your own EMPs, the little things that might come in handy. Off-grid tiny home with absolutely everything, you name it. If you keep going, there's a whole bunch here, but eventually you're going to get to the canning stuff, right? Where they can, that it's supposed to be like raw, or they do potatoes, syrup, making your own stews and canning them. But they actually did the raw chicken in here. I haven't tried that lately, but how do you make your own jelly beans and stuff like that? You got to be aware. And about the stuff that they put in the nanotech in your stuff at McDonald's, oh man, I wouldn't go near one of them chicken McNuggets anymore after I saw what they put in there. And the guys how to get rid of some of that stuff. I got that in here too. How to make those copper art and stuff like that. You name it. I got it all in here. Right? Off grid, like palette wood. That's supposed to be in another one. Oh, well, I put it in the wrong list. Okay, it's supposed to be in the other one. See, I'm putting stuff here that should be in the other one too. You got to learn these skills, right? Learn how to use these things. Go with a horizontal wind generator instead of the other. Nothing. If you got to get the other ones, fine. Because they don't turn into the wind, thereby saving you work. You don't have to grease the bearings, right? You don't have to worry about the damn thing jamming one day. Saves you a lot of grief. Give them a call, right? I mean, take a look. They got a lot of useful stuff here, right? They show you. You never know it might come in handy. Be prepared, right? Remember, the wind blows 24/7. And get them, if you can, the little 10, they got some 10 waters. They hook in like water generators. You hook into a little line that can fit on your hose. It produces 10 watts as this water's flowing. Think of a container, gravity fed, with a couple of them hooked together at 10 watts apiece. So 10 of them, that's 100 watts. Times 2,400 watts an hour. It may not seem like much. Then you go, what if I get 20? Then I get 30 and do the math. On sale for cheap. On eBay and on Amazon. Get them while you can right now. You only got, I'd say about 4 usable years left. Because pretty soon he's going to say, it's going up, so he's going to say he's God. I don't think you can call after that usable. But right now, goods can travel freely and quickly from anywhere on the planet. Order what you need to know now. And by the way, when you can't buy yourself, it doesn't hurt to have that 5 or 6 months worth of food and whatever on the shelf, right? That way you don't have to worry about it. Just a little tip. Learn the basic little skills you can do yourself to make your life a lot easier. And pay attention to those brothers and sisters out there showing you how to do things. Because knowing those skills will really matter. Because you don't think life's going to be easy, especially after the 2 witnesses of rock and roll, have you? Because God ain't going to make it a fancy apartment and give you a fancy car. He's going back to basics. Or having some of you figure it out that if you can't fix it yourself, you'll be lucky because only those who have earned the respect of God big time stood up tall. Because take a look at Zechariah 14 verse 16 down, right? Those are special horses. They're a gift from God for the VIPs like Daniel, David, Elijah, you name it, right? And those who earn it, God said. That's something you got to step up in faith and earn, right? If you're up to the task of earning a horse, it's like earning a crown, same thing. Are you up to the task of earning one? Because forget about driving around in a fancy car. God's not going to make you a brand new gold car like some of you were talking about. during that 1,000 year time, right? We still got things to deal with. Another battle, man. All that give me fancy stuff ain't gonna happen. It's got work and things to do, and things will be a little hard. There's a reason for it. Because after Satan gets out on parole 1,000 years later, he wouldn't have learned a lesson, and he'll battle. But how many of those that have had 1,000 years, zero Satan influence, will decide to join him again, and how many will decide to be on God's side? That is the question. It's more important on what happens after. And I know a few things about after that blow you guys' mind that aren't written. It's only a couple of crumbs, and that's it. Crumbs. But they're just like, I already know stuff that's not even written now, about now. And it's so true. What Psalms 119 says in verse 100, man, you get in there and you study this precept, he will show you things that even the ancients didn't know. And it's all right there. And it's just like, it's how you look at it with the love of Jesus in your heart and mind. It's just so simple. You look at like a toddler could understand it. It just folds open right before your very eyes. Like some guys explaining how to clean a carburetor, how to take a carburetor apart. If you look at it the right way, it's easy. But the person who's never doesn't even know what an engine is, didn't even know where to look at it, opens up the hood and what does he see? Uh, uh, is that a spark plug? And you're looking around and he's pointing at the, say, the brake fluid, right? And you're going, is that a spark plug? You can't help but laugh because they don't know where their way around, right? Got to pay attention, learn the ropes of what really matters. In there, I got in my previous skills and that how to weave bark fiber so you can make clothing and stuff like that. A million and one things that come in handy that the wise should know because, hey, let's face it, a lot is coming and it ain't going to be easy. And when you look at all the stuff that's coming, a lot of people got to be roughing it for a while. And it's what you can and can't do. Those skills that you have, they're going to make the difference of how comfortable your existence will be. Do you have the skills it takes to get that engine running again, or to get set up a little wind generator or something to provide the little luxuries for you and whoever's with you? Because the little luxuries are really nice whenever you don't have them. It's up to you. You have the skills or not. Bye bye.